We're live. Every week. How's everybody doing? Welcome. So yeah, we had an interesting Friday. Friday had a lot of movement. I think those sells were crazy. But I didn't catch any sells. I waited for that buy. There was a good buy market open, and that happens. That can happen time and time again in the markets with gold. Who saw that? Or it might have been too quick to catch. But at the end of last week, the timing made sense to me. If you were looking for buys on Friday, a lot of traders were probably looking for buys on Friday because gold was going up all last week. You had the entire week bullish last week. So it slowly, gradually went up, and then bam, Friday takes it back. So a lot of traders that maybe were holding positions or catching late buys, thinking it was going to keep flying up, or maybe even through the morning. But then towards, the end of the day, that's when the market slows, like right before the market closes, look where it is. It actually went down in that zone. So I marked that up Friday afternoon, dropped that in the Discord. I even wrote, maybe something to keep an eye on when the market opens next week. It definitely was. I should have wrote. When I say maybe, I'm like going wink. It's like wink. Maybe it's maybe this is gonna. Oh yeah, maybe. It's like wink, nudge. Maybe, maybe this is gonna happen. Probably this might happen. Giving a little heads up, prior to. So trading last week, I get text messages. People will text me saying, "Yo, bro, send me a signal, dog." I get text messages from people like, "Yo, send me a signal, bro." And I'm like, "Yo, hop on the streams, bro." Why so long? What? Why so long? Yeah, this week we got lots of news. Why so long? What? We got bank holidays today. I wonder, U.S. market closed, banks closed for U.S. Canada. So I think things aren't gonna really be moving for USD today. You got crypto, you got Ethereum pushing up. Hallelujah. Maybe February, still in February. Can February end off stronger? February, that seasonality for crypto. How's that going? Not anything special yet, but a couple weeks left. Ethereum's down hard for the month. Maybe it brings a nice comeback going into March. March is usually a bullish month. February, March, and you see a mix in that quarter. February, March, April. So maybe it's more going into March. Maybe if we start to see the next couple weeks pick up, that'd be nice. Price has been just sideways, right? 2,500, above 2,500, almost touched 2,000. Needs to go back to 3,000. It's like remember when everybody was talking bad about XRP, but they missed out on XRP for a while, a long time was quite neglected. There's a large community of people that don't like this coin, but it pumped. So when you're seeing ETH right now, obviously expectations, ETH hit 4,000. Expectations were then for it was gonna run. You know, even I thought we were gonna keep going. I thought we'd stay above like 3,000. It's at that stage where it's like, it's boring. ETH sucks. Screw ETH. Ethereum sucks. Right? Like everyone, like if you hear anyone really talking about Ethereum, mostly you go on Twitter too. What's everyone saying about ETH right now? ETH sucks. He's underperforming. Right? It's underperforming. It's not doing much. It's dragging. Right? It's dragging a lot of the alternative coins down. That's sometimes a good. That's a good sometimes at stage. Solana's been there before a few times. In that stage. Stages where it's like something's kind of boring. And then people get that sentiment to it where it's like they sell it for something else or don't believe in it as much, and then all it takes is like one good month, and then these things rip back up, and then they can go into another good month. But it's down low. ETH. It's still down low. It came if you mark the chart for a minute. So if you're gonna talk about price on a market like this, you're gonna look at prices like 4,000. You're gonna look at prices like 3,000. Right? You're gonna mark 2,000. So these levels. So we can go 2,000. We go 1,000. We go maybe to 500. So this starts like a good grid right here for you on the chart. And we can go like it almost hit 5,000 up here, 5,000. So all I've done real quick, that took, you saw, not even 2 minutes to do. I've just marked some horizontal lines, right? I took the support and resistance lines, horizontal lines. And I've marked $1,000. I've marked $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. If you notice, I've marked it exactly at the number, right? 4,000, 3,000. So if I zoom in real quick, because the white kind of on the red might be a little light. So if you notice, this is marked right at $3,000 flat. $1,000 up, we got 4,000. Okay, and then below us, we got 2,000. For anybody who doesn't know what this chart is, for anybody who doesn't know per se what this chart that we're looking at is, it's Ethereum, right? That's the second largest cryptocurrency in the world, and it's pretty much stayed like that over the last, let's say, 6, 7, 8 years. Just like XRP was always a top 5 crypto, even though it was always down, right? Like XRP was, you could say for a while, XRP was underperforming versus everything, right? But one thing that a lot of people that don't like XRP didn't realize, it always stayed like in the top 5, even though, yeah, it had, like if you held on, like I held it, held a good amount of tokens, still holding. I actually sold a watch, a Patek Philippe 5980, and put it in XRP when XRP was at like when would that have been? 2024. I'm trying to just remember timelines here, man. didn't have that watch. That would have been. That was in here. Yeah, when XRP was at like 47 cents, I sold the watch and grabbed a bunch of XRP. Good thing. Good time to own a watch. That would have been in July, June, July, yeah. That's around here, yeah. Because I remember this pump. Yeah, so Ethereum, the chart we were just looking at, back to that real quick. Good times, good memories. I got a lot of crazy stories to tell down the run. Alright. So that's Ethereum, for those who don't know. I mean, I'm sure 70% of you guys know what that is. Maybe a handful of you guys are new to it, don't know. It has a good utility to it. This is staking. It's like dividends for stocks, but back to this. So if you take, here's a real quick lesson for you before we go to gold and kind of see where the market's at for the week. It is a bank holiday today, so I don't know how much we can expect from the USD Forex market, right? Maybe we don't have to expect too much today, being a Monday bank holiday. Wouldn't want to expect too much on a bank holiday, right? For maybe Forex for the day, some of the day. There's a lot of good news later on in the week when you filter some things out. For USD, we got some good news. Yeah, right now I'm in Ontario, but you know, a couple of years, maybe like 2 years, counting down 2.5 years when I'm 30. When I reach between 30 and 31, you'll see me on a sunny beach, palm trees. Not here. I'm in Toronto. Right now, Shangri-La. Live in the Shangri-La. It's nice here. I don't know. I probably wouldn't live anywhere else here. It's cold. We got President Trump tomorrow, FOMC meeting minutes. So we got good news this week. So it's a week where with bank holiday today, you want to preserve yourself maybe for like FOMC meeting on unemployment claims, like Wednesday to Friday. Could be some good news setups for perhaps, like if you guys were here last week, there was 2 news days we capitalized on back to back. It was kind of scary for some of you, but there was gold buys on news last week when price dumped twice in New York session. So you may be looking more forward this week to like, okay, yeah, today's bank holiday for CAD too. What is it today? Times have been flying. I didn't even know. Holy, it's February 17th. The last month has gone by like crazy. Been heavy on the charts. Streaming like crazy. I've been streaming like crazy the last month. I didn't even realize. I have like 40,000 hours watched or something. It was a lot. I was like, holy. So it's a week where with today, it's like, okay, looking further out, like, okay, tomorrow some news, but we got FOMC meeting, unemployment claims. Unemployment claims is a good news event for gold. You guys might have seen like last week what happened. We'll go over it on the chart. We're going to cover some things, but on that in a bit. We'll be on for a little bit here today. If you look at ETH, though, back to this, because I think this is important, because we're still in February, March. Like, I think it's still a season not to not pay attention to it, right? So you guys might have seen me talking about on a couple streams last week. But being like with what February, March, even April, like in this season has performed with historically, I definitely think it's a time where you don't you don't want to not pay attention to it, right? Even though the market sentiment is like, it's dragging down, this, that. That's where it might catch people off guard at times that aren't so focused. And maybe like, it's like kind of what just happened with gold coming into this week, right? Like, imagine if you weren't on the charts right when the market opened this week, you like on it the first couple hours, you would have missed that buy, right? It's like kind of being on it. Sometimes people miss moves a lot like that, right? So if you look at the levels I put here, and you guys can do this, like that's how I like to analyze Ethereum. And I've noticed it keeps a good, like, I would say, kind of like grid, like a grid for the chart with these prices, kind of like floors and ceilings, barriers. So you take the rectangle, right? If you're a new trader, like you come on TradingView or even a lot of platforms these days, and you might see a lot of these different tools, and you're like, holy, I gotta learn all these. Honestly, I pretty much just use the horizontal line, the rectangle, and the Fibonacci retracement. That's really about it. And then fair value gaps indicator. Maybe some RSI, stochastic in there at times, you know, with some good rejection candles. But the reason I say that, because when I first started trading, I looked at all of these and I was like, what the heck are all of these things? My level, honestly, where I'm at, I just use the horizontal line, the rectangle, the fib retracement. And then once you're able to see like things like fair value gaps, there's a good indicator for fair value gaps. More indicators passively. Oh, I got to upgrade my thing. Yeah, I got to upgrade my thing. Maybe my year ran out. So real quick, peep this. If you look at where we at right now, about 27.75. You can see 27.74. I mean, if you have a lot of ETH, it's not a bad price. Because when people expect so high of something, the market can just disappoint people a lot quicker than how long their expectations have been. The markets will do this. It's what makes a market. When people are expecting something like, this is gonna happen, the market will maybe turn to a disbelief stage, is what we call it. Some disbelief starts to maybe arrive, and you get into a stage of what's called fear in the market. This is where people start to panic sell, start to reverse assets, switch out of things, disbelief, maybe more fear. Definitely in the market, you can see it, especially if you have 10 years. I have 10 years on these charts, so you can read these things when you talk to people, just by having conversations and just seeing a lot of liquidations recently. So that's the market's driven into a fear stage, which we haven't been in since pretty much a little bit before elections, right? And I made a very strategic plan the last year and a half to prepare for the election pump. All year, literally last year and a half. And election, yeah, if you remember crypto, right, a little bit before elections was starting to go up, and then elections, it ripped. Trump won. Last time we were this kind of, let's say, market sentiment, like sentiment meaning where the overall kind of market is, like Bitcoiners, someone who's just a Bitcoiner, like a Bitcoin maximist, that's just been buying Bitcoin aggressively for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 or 5 years, isn't really feeling this. Like they know what they own. They have a value there. They can sell some if they want. There's a lot of overall market sentiment fear because people have been coming in at higher prices too. And look, stuff like this are down, what, 50%, 40%. Yeah, you got 47% there. But when you look at like price, when I take a little step back though, and I look, okay, where's the market sentiment? What are people saying? Where are we in the year? New year, right? We just finished January, going into February. And you to kind of zoom out a bit and you look at the prices here. You look at like $2,000 for instance, to the left, over here. We got above 2,000. What did we do? We tapped 4,000 and then we ran back to 2,000, right? And then we came back up, made all-time high. And then the market went into a bear stage all the way down to $1,000. Eventually it traded back to 2,000. So you can see $2,000 has been a price that I like to call in that grid. And all of these represent the same thing. I like to call them barriers. Kind of barriers, ceilings, floors for price. Very more psychological because they're farther apart. Obviously a farther price distance. But there's meaningfulness to them in the sense of what they are. Like when you look at $1,000, that's $1,000. It's not, it's not 4,700, and it's just like what that is, for everyone, what that price is. 1,000. So you could see like $2,000 historically has been a price we've reached, we've broken out of, we've come back to. There's been a lot of supply, what we call supply and demand there. Even more recently, the price almost made its way to $2,000. Because when we look at it in the past, there is supply and demand there. People have a strong willingness to want to buy it there. Get price above there and get price to it. Runs up. And then even like this more recently in years here, the price did go above $2,000, right? It ran up to $4,000. So we've touched $4,000 more than once, right? A few times, right? There's some force there in the market. $4,000 has been reached, and that's obviously been a great selling point for the market. Like if it goes back there, that could be assumed that this year we'll go back there and potentially above it in 2025. When you look at where price really tried to reach, where we came to, right? When we take a kind of a zoom out, ignore, obviously it's hard to ignore like what's happened in the last couple of weeks with some of these cryptos, right? A lot of them have just bled out. And everyone was expecting altcoin season, right? I think that comes later. I think it might be a longer year for crypto. If you look at last time when Trump, crypto went up for a whole entire year last time. So it might even be a longer year. But if you're looking at $2,000 here, really reached back to that, right? Gone above it. Why? Because obviously, like, even if you were on streams with me in the beginning of January, I was talking about this BlackRock and institutions. They were buying, like, there's been big buys up here, right? Price has been driven down here because people want to buy it lower, right? The only way it's gotten to $4,000 is from a lower price from down here. It's only came to $4,000 from down here. It doesn't go to $4,000, you know, and obviously from the bottoms, right? How it gets to 4,000, right? How it gets there, where it comes from, right? Once Ethereum has a good run, like a good run, like what Bitcoin did, right? Obviously, it performed good in October, November, but Bitcoin, we went over that last week a little bit. We did a session. We did only one session last week where we talked a lot about crypto news, crypto updates. Bitcoin's outperformed everything, and that's why, like, I was, you know, trying to. That's why this past year and a half, 2 years, I was telling everyone, like, just buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin. Ethereum's that black line. So we've had basically like one of the largest devaluations, you know, in a lot of these different sectors and tokens of crypto. Bitcoin, you got that yellow line at the top. That's good old Bitcoin. When you look at gold, so when you look at gold, for instance, when you look at where gold is and where Bitcoin is, you compare them. We're gonna do a little study here, real quick. This part's important. Because I've been on the charts a long time, remember that. So I've seen these things. This makes complete sense to me, being on the charts for 10 years. So we look at where gold is, and we look at where Bitcoin is. Now, what is gold? A lot of you guys trade Forex, right? And you might think gold is a Forex pair. It's traded in Forex, right? Gold is traded in Forex. We could trade it. We could trade XAU, USD in Forex, right? On a Forex broker, Forex platform, right? You could trade gold in futures. It's typically traded in futures market, right? In spot futures. So what is gold, right? A lot of people, obviously, when you get into Forex, you go Euro USD. Maybe you start off dabbling with the currency pairs, and then you maybe learn about more volatile assets like US 30, S&P index, right? Gold, of course, and things of that nature. So what is gold? How long has it been around for, right? What are its properties? Study sound money. I talk about the properties of sound money in one of my YouTube videos. Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin? Basically just a digital version of that, right? A digital version of what, you know, gold is. I need a haircut. Hair's getting long. Dang. Trying to grow it out a bit. Getting overdue soon. So there's a correlation at times with these two. Many people ask this question. A lot of people don't actually know this though. But it's actually a question I've gotten asked a good amount of times in chats, on streams. There can be more like this, in a sense of the bigger picture. Like when you're looking at a correlation between the two, it's gold is ahead of Bitcoin, right? And we'll go to a chart to show you how it's done this before. We can even see it on this chart, but I'll show you on TradingView. So gold is just ripping. Gold is ripping. right now, going all-time highs, right? Stocks are going all-time high, all-time high. Bitcoin hasn't been around, it's as big as it is, though. It hasn't been around as a lot of these other traditional things that people pour money into or already have more money and wealth into. Like, yeah, Bitcoin's big, 2 trillion, almost. There's a lot of companies, a lot of sectors, a lot of money, a lot of wealth around indexes, S&P 500, top 500 companies in the world, US 30. There's a lot of wealth in other places, way bigger than what's in Bitcoin, right? When you look at gold, you're talking just in the gold market cap, right? 1.9 trillion to 19 trillion dollars. That's quite a significant difference in market cap. Now, if Bitcoin were at gold's market cap right now, as of this time, maybe with current supply and everything, you'd be at like about $1 million a coin, maybe more, a bit more probably. 900,000 to 1.1 million, maybe in that range, I would say. More than 900. Yeah. 900 and some odd thousand to like maybe 1 million. But obviously, you got to look at how long gold's been around for, too. Right? How long has gold been around, too, right? Gold's been around for, I think we all know, right? As long as, right? Forever, right? It was once used as currency. People still trade with it and use it. Mainly as a store of value, a safe haven asset as well. You've seen a lot of crazy movements probably this year with gold. That's because a lot of things have been going on in the world, influencing its price and the demand towards it. So when you look at even macro trends in the world, there was a big trend to capitalize on with gold this year. Obviously, it kind of sounds bad because the trend that happened with gold arrives on conflict and crisis and uncertainty in the world. If you look at the last 4 years since COVID, right? If you look at the last 4 years since COVID-19 started right here. What has gold done since COVID-19? And then, unless you've been maybe living under a rock, there's been other conflicts and crises in the world that have set forth and gone on since then. So when traders look at like, man, gold's going crazy, they might not understand the macro picture of its trend. Why it's going up, right? When you talk about maybe like something called a safe haven asset, that's gold. That's what I think everyone thinks, with these ETFs going around. Gold has ETFs. Gold ETFs came out in 2003 and 2004. And when the gold ETFs came out in 2003, 2004, gold saw billions of dollars inflow from day one. This past year, literally like a year ago, Bitcoin ETFs came out. Like 20 years later, you get a Bitcoin ETF. 20 years from the time that the gold ones started. So it might take gold 20 years maybe to get as big or bigger than gold. Let's say maybe 10 to 20 range. Because gold, people always say, like, I've been telling people for the last like 4 years to buy gold. Even when you buy jewelry, it's just like, if you get, there's no point in buying like brand name jewelry. You're better off just buying like gold jewelry because it'll keep the value of the gold more than like a brand jewelry. Like getting like custom chains and stuff, like go with, just gold. Gold has always gone up So people always ask, should I buy gold? It's like you got to look at your goals and your plans and understand what you're buying and why you're buying it. It's like, should I buy and hold gold? Buy some gold coins? It's like, if you're looking at, if you have a plan with that, right? Like me, like if it depends, like it's different for everyone, right? That's definitely like financial advice that goes way deeper, right? Like, like buying gold physically. A lot of people do that, right? A lot of people buy gold in futures and ETFs. I trade it. I have a little bit of gold. I put it all into Bitcoin though. In when the ETFs came out, I put all of the gold I had into January. Into Bitcoin in January. I just have like gold jewelry. That's about it. That keeps its value, holds its value. It's not like, so when we talk about Bitcoin, it's a faster version. It's much faster. It's a roller coaster, right? It moves much quicker than gold. You're not going to see gold drop like Bitcoin does, or have those moves, right? Like Bitcoin does in days. Those crazy liquidations. Liquidations with gold, with how much money is in gold, they happen enough. With how much people are trading the gold market too. Because remember, the gold market it's huge, right? So with how many people are already trading the gold market too, it doesn't make the moves it makes. Like Friday was a liquidation for gold. You know, anyone who's buying gold on Friday, that's a gold liquidation. You know, like a candle like this. You know, a big move, just boom. You know, those like, but gold isn't gonna be like down 15-20% in a month or up. You know, it's not gonna have as much volatility. That's why there's an upgrade with Bitcoin and gold. Can we buy gold? I don't really know what to expect today for the market with bank holiday, but yeah, like it looks. I caught a buy market open. Made like $2,800 today. I was man, I was distracted today. Wasn't focused when market, like I knew I was planning to buy market open. That was my plan, to buy market open. I got a good trade in there, but I was like busy. I was busy, distracted by something for a bit, and then I was like, oh man, the markets. I didn't realize what time it was, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta take some trades. Market's open. Well, I caught it. Almost missed it. I was distracted on my phone, not even realizing what time it was. Like I was distracted. Let's just say. Yeah, like I caught buys, took profit. I took a re-entry on it, and so I was able to make a little more. Right now, where's price at? $28.97. I had like two nice moves. I had this move up, and then there was this pullback that came literally down to a zone I had marked. Right here, see this high? I had this marked. I was looking at this high. We came right down to there, punched up, and if you look here, we're still above there, kind of around 28.90s. Still above there. There was a nice break of structure, accumulation. So you gotta like, so this right here, that's accumulation down right there. All this is accumulation. You kind of gotta get your eyes used to seeing it. You might not see. I mean, some of your guys' eyes might see it better than others. This is accumulation right here. So that's a good one. I can see clearly. Like there's a good accumulation there. Break a structure up. This candle up. Market structure shift. Whenever you maybe see a good pattern at times, you should take a screenshot of it, maybe put it in a little folder, a little journal, so you can kind of memorize, train your eyes, remember in the past. When you have, for example, yeah, it might be in a good buy zone coming. Like, I don't know how much volume there will be today with bank holiday, though. I don't really know if we're going to move much. But you have a nice candle here, area that we might come into. Or even, it could try to test the low, too. That's what I was thinking. You have this area, maybe a bounce from there. But you could come back to try to test the low. Test or break the low at this point. But yeah, the low even, maybe it comes back. That's what I tried to do. Had a retracement here. Yeah, potentially still looks kind of bullish more here. That's what I see. Maybe that could be a first area to keep an eye on. But could the low, we're gonna mark it up a bit more. I think there's time to, it's a time. What time is it? 8:43. This is dropping right now. It could maybe drop a bit. Yeah, maybe we get a little bit more downside. Yeah, bank holiday days kind of usually like for Forex, like not every broker's open as well. Like hours, some brokers just kind of close their hours. Banks are closed, so it's like for the time. Oh, banks are closed today. Damn, I'm in Canada. Yeah, some Canadian banks will be closed. Family day. Low liquidity. That's what I mean. It's like bank holidays, like right here. That's the perfect, way to just go about like it could be low liquidity. Nothing can happen on bank holiday days, or there can be days where it's like there's what it says, irregular volatility. So that's just kind of the one thing with when it comes down to even like bank holiday days, they can have some irregular volatility to them. Maybe not always a normal day. Nah, none of that. Got no time for that right now. None of that. No time for that. Nah. There we go. Yeah, maybe test the low. We could see right here. Come back into that zone potentially. We're gonna go back to this in a minute. I want to show you still something with this. Something I still want to show you with this. No, not on that time right now. The year just started. I was charging my batteries all December, November. I didn't do anything. December, I chilled, yo. Like, didn't trade, didn't look at the markets. Same with, like, a lot of November. I was charging myself up. Because 2025, I knew I was going to keep myself busy. Planning a lot. I was planning a lot of stuff before this. Like, you guys see me streaming now on YouTube. It wasn't random, So like December, all December, even a good amount of January, beginning like November was charge season because Trading's like this, like, you don't need to trade every day to be profitable, but you need to have seasons of putting the time in. You got to have like a good 4 months, 6 months, okay. And it can, when you put the right time in and you're efficient, you can make a lot out of it. And you can be done, you can have a good 3 months. Boom, okay, that was a solid 3 months. You know? When you have the skill set, knowledge, and information I do, and experience that I do, it's not about going hard all the time. It's about preparing and, you know, building up for that, right? There's times where you can take some off time. I did that in November and all December, like a good amount of November, and then all of December. Didn't put any energy into the charts, didn't care much about what gold was doing, didn't care about the news, didn't keep on to things. This is just kind of a season where I was like, all right, going to preserve my energy to go hard. Maybe after the first week or two January, coming into February. February, March, April, May, summertime. Because like you could, more trades isn't always more profit. It's about capitalizing on what you know, what's in front of you. Like if you look at last week's a good example for what I'm about to go into with my little TED talk here. Last week, I posted 2 charts. Just 2 last week. Now, the first one I made like $14,000 on. Second one, I think it was like $3,800, $4,000 or something. It was, this is $2,800. Where were we at here? Yeah, 4 or 14, and then today 2,800. With just 2 chart setups, that was it. Capitalized on what was there. Could have made more. Should have made way more on this one. Was distracted. Should have made way more. Should have went full lot on this one. But it was a good trade. Good for the day. Good to start the week out. But last week, it was just 2 markups I put in XAU chat. Yeah, I'm built different. Watch, like, I people ask me what's my sleep schedule, and I'm like, sleep. You guys sleep. Damn. With the amount of knowledge and things I know, man, it's sleep. Sleep. I'm too young. I'm 28. I'll sleep when in my 30s. I'm 28 years old. I got a lot of time to sleep. You sleep 8 hours a day. That's a third of your life. You know that? If you sleep for 8 hours a day, that's a third of your life. Think about that. Add that up. Add up how many years you're sleeping. I sleep when it's appropriate. I sleep when I'm tired. So some sessions I might dabble on a little late. All right. You're looking at 3 to 5. You're looking at 3 to 5 people in one. Just know that. All right. You'll see. It's gonna be a long year. Yeah, but it's gonna be a long year. You see how sleep. I might sleep 4 hours a day. Usually I sleep the most on weekends, so I use the weekends to sleep the most. It's really how you think about things and how you install your brain. Everything starts in the mind, right? It's really how you think. How do you think about sleep? Because people might be like, "Oh, I need more sleep." It might get them more tired. I always used to be like, "Ah, I need to get more sleep." And I just kind of changed the way I thought about things. Sleep when you're dead. Damn. Yeah, I'm 28, so like, think about it. Like, yeah, I'll sleep in my 40s. Probably even then, I'll like when you have a passion and you love what you do, it doesn't really feel like work. Maybe we get down in there. Maybe keep an eye on that. But I was saying, there's two markups last week. That was it. And like, yeah, every day we want to go to the charts and look for what's present, what's happening right now, what's the move for the day, or what's happening right now. But sometimes you just gotta sit back and kind of just let it come to you, and not always be in the market. And kind of like they say, obviously wait and patience, right? But it's hard to really know, like, well, like patience. Yeah, patience. Patience would be like Friday's a good example. I didn't stream on Friday because I was like, we had 3 days in a row of winning last week. Like, we were on point last week. So I was like, the job's done. When you're on point, it's about trying to do that again and making the most of it at times. I've had really big days where it's made up the most of all the time I've spent, on the chart, learning, practicing for those trades. You practice the same setup, you build it up, you build confidence on that same setup or that same pattern you're used to seeing, right? It's not always about trying to be in the market at every moment and every time. If you look at Friday, for example, I didn't stream Friday. I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this as a day. I used it as a day. I slept till like 11:30. I was like, damn, this is the longest I've slept in 11:30. I was like, weekends usually, maybe Saturday morning, Sunday. Fridays, like, let's just, like, for example, if you look at the time I posted the chart on Friday, I posted at 1 p.m., right? And that was after, and that was only because I wasn't really on the charts. I was like, I'm not gonna stream today. I'm just gonna sleep in. And sometimes it's as simple as making like decisions like that where you're not always on it, aggressively approaching. You're kind of waiting for bigger moves to set up. Friday dumped. Anyone who was like looking for buys, probably ran out of, maybe ammunition, I like to say, or maybe energy. Sometimes it's even energy and emotions. Emotional reactions in trading can take out a lot of energy. If you have a good day, you're going to be really excited. If you have a $5,000 day, $1,000 day, your first big day, you're going to be really excited. You're going to feel a good energy, right? If you blow your account, if you go on a winning streak for 4 months and then you lose it all, you're going to be really sad. You're going to be really upset, right? You're not going to be happy with yourself. You're going to maybe realize, I did something wrong, right? So when it comes down to even trading itself, there's energy involved too, because money, it's an emotional thing. Whether or not I'm just a practical person, most of my problems have been solved. Like, most problems have solved, and people's problems I've solved have been with money, right? So it's an emotional topic, but and that's the thing. In trading, it's emotional to risk money, it's emotional to lose money, and there's even emotion to making money, right? You might get excited when you're making it, right? Maybe overly excited. So if you think about all the people that maybe were trying to buy on Friday, they ran out, that's like liquidity for Forex right there, for gold, right? It's just dragging down, right? It's not stopping, right? There's a huge sell-off, and it's just going for the whole day. If New York session doesn't reverse early on, and it just keeps going down for the day, you have to wait till end of London session. When gold has mornings like this, you have to wait till the end of London session for the volume to switch over. You have to wait for end of London session to start. Gold will have mornings like this or days like this usually once a week, sometimes twice. You'll have situations and scenarios like that where price drops a lot or goes up a lot, and it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. It just keeps ripping. it might take time to recognize those types of days. It took me a long time, years. You know how I recognize them? From getting in early. From getting in the trades early. Missed the move. Getting in early. I missed the move. Getting in, stopped out, closed the trades. Next thing you know, the move happens. This is my voice. So, damn. This is my voice. How is my voice? My voice has been changed. It's been getting deeper. Tell me how that's happening at 28. Like what? Oh man. Is that normal? That's normal. That's normal, right? My voice has been cracking. It's been getting deeper. Is that like what the fuck? Going through puberty again. Shit. I'm like 14 again. If you were a dude, remember when you were 14? And your voice would crack all the time? Like... And I'm Portuguese and Brazilian, so like I'm already flipping. I already look like a cat and a dog. I'm Portuguese, so it's I'm right. But yeah, just think about you gotta think about the mindset behind it, because it took me a long time to recognize these situations, because I would always look for the buy and then I'd be like and then I get stopped out. It will always, when mornings like this happen on gold, it will have, every week there will be a morning like that. I've seen them for years. And they usually provide this type of setup after, where it's, I like to say, when the dust is kind of settled down, where all the like early buyers pretty much step into the market. You gotta think about all the early buyers that were going in, right? That's what creates pretty much setups like this, right? Moves like this is, the transfer of, let's say, the impatient to maybe, okay, this is where it's at, this is the right time of things. More money, more voice. Yeah, more money, more voice. More money, more freedom. Inner circles. I'm gonna be starting that more in March. I'm gonna be scheduling a lot of calls starting in March for inner circle, doing more. There's already some stuff in there. For anybody who's in inner circle, I'm gonna post some videos this week as well. In March there'll be a lot more. I'm gonna drop some more videos in the sections, but inner circle is pretty much full. I mean, there's still a handful of people who DM me on Discord that said they wanted to lock in their spot like a few weeks ago, and I said that's okay, so you could hit me up on Discord still. I gotta get back to my Discord messages, so I'll do that today. Hit me up on Discord. Hit me up on Discord already if you've been in contact with me. I did accept a bunch of friend requests. I didn't realize Discord, you have to have them as your friends to kind of message them, type of thing. Balls dropped. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. You said it for me. Thanks. I can't get in trouble, alright? If YouTube says anything, you said it. Not me. Y'all said it, not me. Y'all said it, not me. Alright, y'all said it. Maybe one day we'll move to Kick,
Valentine's Day, spoil your loved ones with
I know Kick is a fun place.
Find great deals like a dozen fresh roses on now for only $18.87. Walmart.
Save
money, live.
Yeah, but gold still looks bullish to me. Like, I think we might get a breakout. You can kind of see this upper trend line structure forming. Don't know how the volume is gonna be today though, folks. Usually bank holiday days, I don't really expect always so much from the market. So like patience can be like waiting, like a lot of times waiting for the market to be like, yo, it did this. I know it. Like that's kind of like what Friday's situation was for me. And it was good I didn't stream on Friday. More streams, more trades means kind of the best of both, like both sides. It's more wins and more losses potentially. Like obviously we want to be on the market every day and show up every day to make sure we don't miss the setups. Okay, something's there. But if you've been on the charts Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it's Friday and you're profitable and it's been a good week, you don't need to always force that last day of the week, right? Or maybe it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and you're profitable and it's coming into Thursday. You don't need to always force those last 2 days of the week. You can kind of let scenarios happen and situations happen in the market. That's what Friday was. Friday was a time where I was like, okay, the dust has settled. I've been here before, basically. Basically, it was like that. I've been here before. I know it just kind of happened. I could tell what just happened, situation. Really simple, not a lot. You got a good volume point here on the 4 hour. This is the 15-minute chart. But if you look right here where I'm circling how I got it squared up, that candle, it's a good volume point. That's where demand starts, right? You have a drive down in price. What was that? That was the news, right? That drove price down. I'm pretty sure we were live for that. I'm pretty sure we were live looking. We were. Yeah. We were literally. That's where we were buying. Yeah, we were literally buying there. That's literally where I called out this. That's literally where I called out this move. Oh man. That's literally where I called out this first buy. 2 charts. That's what I gave last week. I could give a chart every day, but I was teaching you guys a valuable lesson last week. I did it on purpose. I didn't stream on purpose on Friday because I was like, I'm going to teach everyone a lesson today about patience in the market. And we had a problem. I withdrew. I even showed you guys how I withdrew. It was a valuable lesson to learn on Friday that I've been through years many times. And when you can recognize situations like that, those are the moments you want to capitalize on effectively. If let's say maybe you're taking trades like this once a week, twice a week, not a lot, right? But you're more confident in them. It's more about how you capitalize on the trade. It's not about how many trades you take to make more money. It's about being like more efficient. With that setup, waiting for that setup, waiting for that trigger that you're confident with. And sometimes it just takes letting things happen like that, like crazy moves down that are like that. A lot of people would be like, "Oh my gosh," by like just letting the market kind of drag out. Even 4 hour, always a good time frame, to kind of give you that stability of movement structure, right? Because when you're looking at a 4 hour structure, let's say here, I got to upgrade. I'm gonna do that today. I usually do the year. I think if you do the year, it gives you a better deal. If you do it on like Christmas or Black Friday, there's usually like a deal. I probably didn't do it this Christmas. I probably forgot. Damn. Distracted. So, no replay mode for now. Maybe until tomorrow. Or tonight. We got tonight. Maybe tonight, tomorrow. If you're looking at, like, let's say 4 hour here, and you're looking at structure, right? Let's go to a line chart real quick. Just try to imagine prices back here, right? And you're looking at like where are structure points on the 4 hour? Like where are lows, where are highs? If you want to be accurate and patient, you use the 4 hour and you wait for the market to make moves on the 4 hour, set up on the 4 hour. Like that's how we caught this setup, was waiting for the 4 hour to set up. Now you can see from there the market went up and made a high. Came all the way up to here. From there it starts dropping, right? And like you don't have, like you have structure points, like you have one here. But other than that, what do you really have for like when you're looking at that on the 4 hour? So the 4 hour is really concrete time frame that can give you a visual of like, oh, okay, I gotta chill or maybe wait for it to get down to here more. It's high. Because when you're looking at, okay, there's a 4 hour low down here where price went down and it went all the way up. That's a good volume point. That's a good point of volume where volume came into the market. So when you're looking at like up here, it's like where you know price has come from a buy at this point. Like if price moves $10, let's just say price moved $10 right now. It's at $29.98. Let's just say it moves $10 right now, and it goes to $29.08. You don't look at price then like, is it a buy? I got to buy now. You look at it like, oh, I missed the buy. It just moved $10, right? If price moves $20 and you're not in the trade, you don't look at the market like, I got to buy. This is the buy. Is there a buy entry? Because it's moving up. No, you missed something. There was a buy already. There was something that you might have missed, right? You got to look at where the buys start from. Where did the buys start from? Where do the sells start from, right? Because if you're looking at gold, if you're constantly looking at gold and you're constantly looking at it, right? And you're watching it, and next thing you know, it moves 50 pips, and you didn't take a buy. That doesn't mean you buy it because it's going up. That means that you had the entry. There was an entry there, right? You got to think of price like that too at times, where if price has gone up a lot, most days in the week, it's Thursday, it's here, you got to think at times like, okay, it's gone up 2-3 days in a row. The buy has pretty much happened. Am I chasing price now? Is it high up? Am I chasing it? You know, or can I zoom out, maybe look back and maybe accept the fact more that I missed the buy? That's the type of discipline you got to have in trading at times. And that's just the hard part that people can't do. Like it takes sometimes what someone I learned from would call rhino skin, right? A gentleman, an older gentleman that I learned from, he would say rhino skin. He'd say you got to have rhino skin, which sometimes attaches from emotional things to unemotional, right? When you do that, when you're in that process and you're dedicated towards it, you know, you become unemotional. You lose that, right? A little bit of that with the charts. So it does give you some thicker trading. Will give you thicker skin. They'll give you that. That's why they call it rhino. He said rhino skin. It'll give you thicker skin at the end of the day, because man, the market can hurt you. I remember what we were talking about. The market can hurt you, right? We were talking about at the beginning with emotions. So if you blow an account, that's gonna burn, right? If you go on a losing streak, it hurts. There's gonna be times where, and I get it all. I've been through it all. I know how to get above those things. I've been through a lot, and I've learned from people who have been through a lot. I've learned from and with people, right? I'm seeing more buys. Obviously, you guys gotta understand it's friggin' bank holiday today, so might be Who knows? How long we been on now? An hour and 25. Well, no, we're gonna stay on maybe for like another hour, maybe two. We'll see. I'll watch gold for another hour or so. See what price is doing. Maybe the zone holds. Like you can see, it's just kind of trading above that low. We almost hit 28.75. But less can be more when you're good at recognizing certain situations where you're like, okay, I'm gonna risk this on this setup, right? Where it's like, and that setup plays out. Obviously, a lot. I'm not really your 1 to 2% trader. Disclaimer. Disclaimer real quick. A lot of traders I know aren't really either, and a lot of traders I learned from, and most of the profitable people I know aren't really 1 to 2% guys or girls. They kind of put on more of a risk, and for what they know, for the situation, the scenario, right? What they know, what they're doing. When you're used to seeing the same thing over and over again, years of studying it, practicing it, you build an appetite for risk over time as well. You might start off risking $100 a trade. You might start off risking $50 a trade, $10 a trade, more or less. But as you kind of maybe take more shots, more swings, right? As you try more and make more attempts, you could build confidence over time, right? Confidence builds a tolerance for risk. Tolerance for risk, more money, right? Obviously, double-edged sword again, right there, when you're risking more. But it's also within the frequency you're doing the risk at. How many times are you operating the risk? This is not financial advice. This is just blueprint. I talk about this kind of stuff a lot on my blueprint kind of talks. Like, is $1,000 per trade a lot for you to risk? Maybe if you're taking a trade every single day, but if you're taking one trade a week, that risk is spread out. But the quantity of that trade that you're taking has a higher risk at the time. So there's frequency. There's frequency in trading. There's high frequency traders, scalpers. I'm kind of all around. I've educated for years, so I know how to do kind of all things. I've practiced a lot of things. This year I kind of want to go back into like just the 4-hour groove. Less trades, bigger profits. Scalping could add up though quicker. Like you can run up an account in 1 week, scalping a good week, scalping the market every day. 2021, 2022, all I traded was the 4-hour. So that's the style I've been kind of approaching more. Like you see, I post charts there. Right, last week was only 2. That's more just kind of approaching the 4-hour style. And obviously, when we're on streams here, we do more. But let's say if I just started trading risking $1,000 a trade, that's a lot of money. If I'm taking one trade a day, damn, that might be risking $5,000 a week. That's a lot, right? If I was risking $1,000 once a week, that means I'm doing that 4 times a month. That means I'm looking for 4 setups, right? Maybe 4 specific setups where I'm risking this amount, right? Higher amount of risk, less trades over time. So in terms of like style, if I'm only looking at the 4-hour, it's like I'm risking 5,000, 10,000, maybe sometimes more, to be honest. Yeah. On 1 setup a week, 2 setups a week type of thing. Not a lot, not a high frequency of action. Looking for 1, 2 setups a week, maybe 2, 3 range some weeks, maybe more or less. So action, it's like if I'm gonna risk $5,000 on a trade, and I'm not gonna have a 100K account to do that. You guys see the accounts? I'm showing you guys like also like what you can do with the skill set. You guys don't see me trading with a 6-figure account yet, right? Or a 50K account, a 20K account even. I've been showing you guys depositing 3K in an account, flipping it to 11K or 14,000, then withdrawing it. I've been showing you $1,800 flips to $8,000. I've been showing you money made with smaller account balances than most people would think. Like most people these days are on a 100K funded account, risking 1% per trade. I get that. If I had a 100K account, I wouldn't be risking 1% per trade. I would be making money. That would be the difference between. That's the difference. Like I could have a $5,000 account and make money. I can have a $3,000 account and make money. I can have a $10,000 account and make money, right? There has to be an requirement for risk and a plan behind it, right? If I'm going to risk $5,000 on a trade, maybe I'm just going to do that once a week. That's it. Maybe twice a week. Maybe $2,500 on 2 trades. Maybe separate it. But I know I'm doing that once a week. 5,000 once. So 4 times a month, maybe 5 times a month. Some might lose, some might win, but it's a plan over time of action, right? I'm confident in my abilities. This is why I use a bigger stop loss. Because if I'm going to risk $5,000 to $10,000 on a trade, I'm probably using like 100 to 200 pip stop loss. If I'm risking a bigger amount of capital, I'm using a much bigger stop loss. Because the gain's going to be there. It's most likely not going to hit my stop loss. Stop loss is a maximum point when I'm trading like this, right? If I'm taking less is more setups, if it's quality over quantity, I'm usually risking more. Because I'm risking more, the money's going to be there. The market's not going to go to my stop loss because I give myself breathing room. But usually for good 4-hour setups, like ones that are good swings, good clean, like 4-hour setups I can see, I'll usually have more of that less is more approach, quality quantity. So I think it's finding like the frequency too. Like there's some good questions in the chat. Like scalping is, a more frequent style. Like you'll be taking more positions. Just if you're scalping automatically, if you're a scalper, you'll be taking as many trades in a day as a swing trader takes in a week or a couple of weeks to a month, right? Like a scalper could take 3 to 5 entries in a day or 2 to 3 entries in a day. And a swing trader might take literally 3 to 5 entries in a month, right? A scalper could take 3 to 5 entries in a week, right? Or more, like daily, 2 to 3 a day, right? So scalping is obviously a much more frequent hit rate. Your hit rate is more frequent. So quicker losses, quicker gains, right? Losses can come quicker. You have to be able to take a loss quicker, accept it quicker. The hit rate's quicker, it adds up. The entries, there's more possibility for entries with scalping, different entries. There's more possibilities to find maybe 2 or 3 different entries for scalping, day trading style in a day, literally with gold. When you learn scalping with gold, you could find like at the minimum 1 entry a day. But on average, maybe that 1 entry loses. So on average, you could expect gold, 2 to 3 different entries it could provide a day. Like there's a lot of movement back and forth with gold, especially with the whole numbers, the round numbers. The round numbers work really well for gold, so we use those for our entries. we use those whole numbers for entries. So that's what I mean with two. It's like using a different whole number at times because the market can hit different whole numbers. How far do I want to get money wise? I used to not think of like billions, but like, I have my head more on like $1 billion just because I don't need to make $1 billion, but that's just where my mindset is. 100 mil, obviously, but you gotta kind of shoot higher at times. Like I used to think like, oh wow, $1 billion. Like I used to think like, I remember when I used to think $1 million. Obviously, $1 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. It's a lot. It's a good amount. It's a lot. It's a good amount of money, but at the same time, it's not. 10 millions, a lot more. 100 millions, a lot more. So you gotta think bigger always. Like $1 million, yeah, it's a lot of money. 10 millions more. Yeah, $1 million is a good amount of money. No, 100 million is a lot of money. And then you're good. Like, yeah, it's always good to think bigger. Think bigger. I used to think 100K was a lot of money, and then by the time I was 20, I made 100K, and yeah. Trading, investing, anything. Crypto, probably a lot from crypto. Most of that would probably be from crypto, to be honest. Bitcoin, crypto for sure. That would probably be a lot from crypto. I've withdrawn almost 7 figures from trading. Profits. I've shown you guys even some of the MyFX books. So I don't sit here and say I'm an 8-figure trader. Like I've withdrawn almost 7 figures. I don't sit here and say I'm a 6-figure trader. I just make money. My goal is to make money, withdraw profits. My goal is to withdraw profits. I withdrew one account. I took 20K to 168K in 2 months. That was when Bitcoin was at $18,000. I withdrew it in Bitcoin. That like saved my life. I've shown you guys that account too on some streams. I'll show you it. There's people who say they're like 6-figure, like you're a 6-figure trader if you've withdrawn 6 figures. That's when you could say, okay, I've gotten somewhere. Like when you have withdrawals like this. Then like when you've actually taken profit from the market, when you've actually extracted something, right? It's like if you have 100K in your account, not really just a 6-figure trader, right? If you've taken out 100K from an account, then yeah, maybe you made 6 figures. If you've taken out 6 figures profit. If you haven't withdrawn 7 figures from the markets, you can't really call yourself a 7-figure trader. You should see how much I have in crypto. Because I capitalized on that from 26. I bought Bitcoin and I bought Ethereum at $30. Bought XRP at like 10 cents. Bought Bitcoin at $1,200. Chainlink before it was even like a coin. XLM, all those coins you guys know nowadays, I was buying them in 2017. All the coins in the top 10, top 20 nowadays, I was buying them when they came out. So I got in crypto at the right time. But like I said, like I'm at a point where it's I don't need a big account to make money. If I want to make 10K in the week, 20K in the week, I can plan towards that. You guys saw last week was a good week. This kind of goes into everything I said leading up to this too, like appetite for risks, experience, tolerance too. Obviously, that was a good flip, and I withdrew 125K. I've shown you guys a few of these. Obviously, the 20K was at risk. That's how I was trading. I was trading aggressively, higher risk. I'll be transparent with that. But I was looking for that greater reward. It was kind of my plan for that time. I was like, you know what, 20K, loading up the account, let's run it up. And then I just chilled for like a month after that. I didn't really trade the next. Like, I just kind of chilled for a bit. I was like, all right. So it's a lot of practice though. I might teach things sometimes that sound easy, but a lot of practice goes into it. Low volume day, guys, might be one of those days where you maybe chill, let price kind of just drop down here, see what it does. Not a lot of volume, you can see. US market, you know, not a whole lot here. It's above this zone. This is what I see, like this high to the left. I know you guys want to know what gold's doing this week. Like I said at the beginning, bank holiday, a lot of news this week. Today might not be a super exciting day. I still do like more buys though. Back looking for buys once again. Oh, what's new? Since the first stream we did, since the first YouTube stream, it's been looking for buys on gold. What's this? Someone tagged me in Discord. What's this? Bernstein suggest. Bernstein. What's that, bro? Bernstein. US could sell gold for strategic Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, that's been a rumor around here. Like Michael Saylor's been saying. Michael Saylor, if you've watched some of his interviews, podcasts, he said Michael Saylor's pretty savage. I'll find it. Let's pull it up. I'll find it on YouTube. Have you guys heard what Michael Saylor said about that? Maybe, I still see buys. I don't see sells obviously right now. I still see like more bullish tonality here for gold. Gotta look after I get off. When I get off today, I'm gonna look into the news today, because that whole hostage situation. I think I think they denied Trump's, like, for the hostage agreement. Something happened. I gotta look into that more today. There'll probably be news about that today or tomorrow. Trump speaks tomorrow. But there's some interesting stuff going on right now with the world. So I don't think it happened, right? I think some of you guys maybe someone in chat might know what I think will happen with Tokyo. I'm not sure. Depends on how the volume is today. If we get low volume, we might. If we just consolidate, maybe Tokyo. Maybe we push up in Tokyo. If we just chill around here, if we get low volume for New York, we could dip down. Maybe find some buying volume. Yeah, there's like I said, interesting situation right now. 3 days ago, well, now it's like 5 days ago, just before the weekend on Friday, Saturday, last week. Trump urged Israel to cancel its ceasefire deal with Hamas and let all hell break out if they don't return the hostages. That's what it says. That's some interesting news. He said by Saturday. I don't think. Might be interesting. Gotta look into this today. Russia. Oh yeah, the Putin and Russia negotiations. Zelensky, something with him too. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like there's every week it's a lot of stuff to keep up with, and you can see gold. It's been affected. Like gold's been super bullish because of all this stuff too. So Tokyo could bring in the volume. Yeah, this is a good thing you asked. What do I think about Tokyo? Because yeah, that I see why you're asking. Because that's when the volume will come in. Maybe we could push up, like especially if we just consolidate and stay flat for the day. Like I don't think the market will move too aggressively today. So if it gets back to this low, maybe buys, but it may even just consolidate above there if the volume's low today, because we do have bank holiday. So if it consolidates above here, it could just chill and work up, or come down, work up, chill above this zone. That's what I see for now. So I think this is we gotta see. I'm gonna look today. I'll spend some time doing it today, watching some videos, going through the news, and I'll keep you guys updated on what I find later. But yeah, there's an interesting situation going on. I think they returned 3 hostages. That's it. And Trump said he wants them to return all of them, not just in bunches, not one by one. He speaks tomorrow, being that today is a bank holiday. Him speaking tomorrow, maybe he speaks on this. Yeah, gold does. We have that kind of trend line coming down. You could see kind of a counter trend line here at the top. That could be like a breakout coming. Could try to break out of that. So yeah, if gold has like super volatility, like it's probably due to like this stuff in the Russia situation. Russia was selling off a lot of their gold to pay for the war, I guess. So there could be like with this, depending on I teach a lot on scalping here too. Like if you go through my videos on YouTube, you go through some of the streams. There's a few good ones where I do some good lessons on scalping. There's a lot of the streams were live, looking for trades too, and there's times we've caught in trades on a good amount of streams too. So a lot of people have kind of learned in the moment too, seeing things live. So yeah, if you see like maybe tonight, tomorrow, going into tomorrow, a lot of volatility with gold, it could be because of this situation. Especially if Trump speaks on it. He speaks tomorrow, tentative, so it's gonna be maybe in the afternoon. Usually he speaks like 11, 12, 1 p.m. or the afternoon. So, due to speak in a joint interview along with Elon Musk, conducted by Fox News. Maybe we can find that tomorrow and watch it live. Find the time tomorrow for that. Chat. I need help. Fox. So you just gotta go. What are they saying? Fox News. So Fox News. Fox News. Fox News is broadcasting it, or conducting it. Fox News. All eyes on Russia. Ukraine is Trump is forcing. Published February 16th. Cool. We're gonna figure out the time, but yeah, it's tomorrow. And if he speaks on anything like war related, like anything with Ukraine and Russia, Gaza, Israel, Palestine, like everything going on, ceasefires, Saudi Arabia begins to ceasefire talks with him too, like could spark volatility for gold and even the market. The market might even be setting up for that and maybe expecting that. That's what I'm thinking. Kind of what I'm saying is kind of what my brain's thinking. So remember, what comes out of my mouth is what my brain sometimes, and I got a interesting brain. It's got the Neuralink in it, so it sometimes I gotta tap the thing and get it, you know. I told you guys the Neuralink, so. You know, what's up with the whole Elon thing? It's Doge, so Department of Government Efficiency. So maybe you've heard of Doge, like the Doge coin. Yeah. You guys, wait till we're like 6 months of streaming, 8 months of streaming. You guys will see. You guys will meet me over the year. Jasmine, what's Jasmine at? Someone said something about Jasmine in the chat. Back at 72. Okay, I can appreciate that. So Dogecoin, there's Dogecoin like the dog, Doge, which has just been this community coin, right? This animal meme coin, all right? But now we got this thing called Department of Government Efficiency, which is run by Elon Musk. It's basically what the name kind of says. It's a department for more government efficiency. They're literally going through everything that the prior House and like the Democrats, the prior candidates. What are they called? House, right? Brain fart. Words coming, but I don't got the right word yet, but it'll come. Maybe. The last people in charge, let's just say, they're literally like auditing them. If you know what auditing is, like what the IRS or the tax people do. They're literally going through everything that they've spent money on, all the tax money, because obviously, so you're in Europe, you pay taxes. Anyone in US pays taxes, right? Everyone that has a job, a business, or whatever income pays taxes, right? So, Department of Government Efficiency is auditing the government. Like, they're literally like the IRS. The IRS is being audited. They're literally going through where was all the tax money gone to? They actually figured out, I think it was $34,000 was spent on cups. So they've got, like, they're going, like, go follow Elon Musk on Twitter. Like, Twitter's a pretty open space where anyone can say pretty much anything. So whatever you believe, whatever your opinion is, you can get the facts there. Whatever you believe in, whatever your opinion is on anything in life, you can get all the facts of whatever it is there, all right? You can go down the rabbit holes of conspiracies, if you want to call them. Elon, go follow him on Twitter. He tweets a lot. So, they're right now, like 15,000 people just got fired from the IRS. Like, well, next week, I think it is. So Elon Musk's team, which it's crazy, it blows my mind because it started off as this damn dog coin, right? Started off as the damn dog, right? And now has this has Doge meant this? Like, man, this is the Matrix. Like, I'm telling you, we're in a simulation. There's been Doge, the coin, the dog, the dog, a Doge, and now we got. It kind of blows my mind, to be honest. Like sometimes I'm like, what? Now we got So is Doge meant Department of Government Efficiency this entire time, and Elon's just been plotting. Where's the voice? So yeah, like Elon Musk's Doge team has taken interest in the agency and is investigating in the IRS, investigating the government, where all the tax money. It was apparently said that the Pentagon, so if you've ever heard of the Pentagon, previously spent $32,000 to replace 25 coffee cups. That's what it said. You can go look it up. They found out. Elon posted this on his Twitter. There's some like I saw. I don't know. I saw some stuff this weekend. There's a lot of questions. Apparently, The Simpsons wrote it. Yeah, you're. Oh my God, you're right. The Simpsons. All right, guys. Next stream's canceled. We're gonna be watching Simpsons next stream. We're gonna go watch Simpsons predictions videos next stream. All right, write that down. Someone put that in the notes for next stream. That's on so we can figure out where everything's going. That's on next stream's topic. Simpsons. Yeah, gold could be going up. Could be looking to go up. It had to be some. It was probably like. Have you ever been to like Versace or, Hermes? If you've ever been to like a store like that, a luxury designer brand, they have like $1,000 cups, $2,000 cups that you can buy. Versace, Hermes. Brands like that. I mean, that's so when I saw that, I was like, damn, they probably had some Versace cups or something. When I saw it, I was like, they definitely had some like Versace cups or some Hermes cups. I was like, damn. I think I saw a video. It's pronounced that way. Hermes, yeah. No H. I think there's no H on that. Might break up. I see bullish more. You could try to work and see if even price holds up, breaks to the upside this morning through the day. Pretty clear what we see here. That's what that is. So look into it. Go on Twitter. If you go on Twitter and you type in Department of Government Efficiency, you type $ or hashtag. If you're trying to look up cryptos on Twitter, you type $. And it's just like its kind of own hashtag for the crypto. This is run by Elon and his team. He has a team behind this. It's number 588. This is the crypto for it. This is like, I guess, the main one. It came out back over. I remember it came out, in the summertime. I remember when this came out. Literally, I remembered like when this came out, and I was like, I didn't buy it because I was already freaking just aping into so much things at the time. I was just getting into getting in so many things, but it came out, went to 40 cents, 43 cents, now it's at 5 cents. That's the coin based on the whole Elon Doge Department of Government Efficiency thing. Where they're investigating the IRS. It's about time. It's about time. Well, they've been spending So maybe for you Americans, people, everyone in America, you might figure out what some of them receipts have gone to, where all that tax money's gone to soon, where all your tax dollars have been going to. Even never mind. That's too savage. Never mind. Gotta hold my horses. I was about to say something savage there. Oh, I get canceled now. 1 month, 2 months. No, I'm kidding. Have YouTube policies on us. What are they doing in Europe? In Europe, oh man, I hope that happens in every country. Well, basically, if you look at what El Salvador did, USA's like, look at what El Salvador did. You realize when that guy, that president, El Salvador's president, what he did? You know how many politicians and judges and corporations were against him? But look what he did for the country, right? He just paid everyone's electricity bill, I think, last month for January. In the whole entire country. Their government. El Salvador, everyone hate, like, all the politicians, judges, all those that type of stuff. They didn't like that guy. A lot of people didn't like that guy. He bought the dip. That guy bought the dip. You know, they paid off a big debt. Someone's buying the dip today. Come on, February, March. We need that run. February, March run, perhaps. ETH run. ETH's looking good. February 17th. There is a court hearing tomorrow. So, some news for tomorrow. There's a court hearing tomorrow. Is it a court hearing? No. It's a conference. There's a hearing. Okay, yeah, there's a hearing. Okay. So, tomorrow, Texas. This is the second one Texas is now trying to establish. Texas has 2 strategic Bitcoin reserve bills set for hearing tomorrow. Texas strategic Bitcoin reserve bill named a priority scheduled for hearing. Chairman whatever will be in the Senate. To diversify the state's asset portfolio through the formation of a strategic Bitcoin reserve. So diversify the state's asset portfolio through Bitcoin reserve. So that hearing is scheduled for tomorrow. A testimony from Texas comptroller and public accounts and key stakeholders in the cryptocurrency industry. This is some good news. This is happening tomorrow. Texas is a huge state. It's a state. It's freaking bigger than Canada. Not bigger than Canada, but in terms of GDP, like in money, like Texas is huge. It's a huge state to have something like this going on in Texas. Texas is big. It's a big state. So that's hearing tomorrow. It was a form immediately released on February 13th. I found this doing my daily research for you guys. All you guys need to do is plug into these streams and I'll get you the info of like this stuff here. Also, XRP pumped. I talked about this. This is why. So there's a potentially we got XRP ETFs coming soon as well. The SEC, SEC, Securities Exchange Commission government for the U.S. has recognized XRP 19B4. So they filed this and it's been recognized. So we may have some XRP ETFs, which we knew. We weren't. This shouldn't surprise us, guys. Because if you look, this is stuff I've talked about too, right? Speaking of El Salvador, right? If you don't know about El Salvador, they're going to buy Bitcoin every single day now for the next 4 years, I think it was. They're planning to buy now 1 Bitcoin every single day. So that's El Salvador now is buying 1 Bitcoin every day. They did a nice purchase for 11. Good amount. And you can see the prices. They were buying. So they bought 1 at 106, 104, 104, 99, 99. El Salvador is going to buy 1 every single day. Every single day. I gotta move to El Salvador now, to be honest. That's like it looks like a good island. Maybe probably better weather than Canada for sure. That will turn into probably like 5-10 years from now, Bitcoin capital, one of them, in terms of LATAM, right? When you're looking at LATAM, Latin America, South America, right? You have the world, but you have parts of the world, right? And if you're looking at maybe El Salvador taking the frontier of like this Bitcoin stuff for that region, they want to buy 1 a day. But with these ETFs, XRP, and we kind of knew this. Like there might be XRP ETFs, there might be HBAR ETFs. I would hold HBAR ETF. Lord, if honestly, if there's one of these ETFs to happen, I would love for it to be HBAR. Holy, because I have a lot of HBAR. And if HBAR went to what XRP is at right now, man, life would be like that. There's an HBAR one on here, but nothing announced yet. Nothing announced. So no announcements. There's some XRP ones, but so recently, this is older, right? Recently, the like I just showed you, the SEC this past week recognized some of the, I think maybe it was, I don't know which one, maybe it was Bitwise or someone, the 19B filing, whatever it was, the 19B one. So Grayscale. Under New York Stock Exchange. It's crazy how things have just changed like this over the years, where now you have banners of these cryptos on the New York Stock Exchange. Bank of Montreal, a few Canadian companies have been purchasing Bitcoin through MicroStrategy. So if you go follow some of these Canadian banks, there's 3 or 4 of them. If you go look at their flow, they're purchasing Bitcoin through MicroStrategy shares. That's what I researched. That's what I learned. So banks, if purchasing, you can. MicroStrategy is monopolizing how shareholders can own Bitcoin too. Basically, if you own a certain amount of shares in MicroStrategy, it represents X amount of Bitcoin. So there's even Canadian banks right now that are buying through MicroStrategy. You can go look it up. Everything I'm talking about, I spent all weekend researching so I could tell you guys all this week. So I kind of dropped these at the end of last week ahead of time. Right now we got 22 states. So 22 U.S. states are currently discussing bills on establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve, with Utah leading the way. But we obviously have Texas's hearing tomorrow, and the Texas one interests me because they've done it twice now. I think they filed twice. If approved by the Senate, the law could take effective early as May. Honestly, like, if the world would go to chaos if the dollar wasn't, let's just say, daddy. You gotta realize that. like the dollar has, the world wants the dollar to be like, I would hope for that, because the world would kind of go to chaos if the dollar wasn't the most, it's always been the most, used. So it's definitely interesting times we're in. There's a lot of news, like there's a lot behind the scenes that maybe retail, not everyone even knows about. Ethereum, nice. Maybe it's Ethereum season. Could be. Yeah, gold's exploding up. Looks like it'll go up. Should have took some buys. Should have called a buy. I should have called a buy. I have some little entries that if you guys saw in Discord, I had some entries that I caught when market opened. I kept some just little ones. Nothing crazy. Still, price looks bullish. Tomorrow, Trump speaks. If he speaks just on the matter of anything related with the kind of the conflict, ceasefires, war, the tension there, it could propel gold more. Silver's even been moving a lot. Have you guys seen silver's been even... Silver was at $14 in COVID. Now it's at $32. It's not like steady, sustainable growth. Same with gold. Gold in COVID was where was gold in COVID? Like 1,800? No, gold COVID $1,400. When Ethereum picks up, this is good. Like seeing, like, I mean, it's 1 day of price movement for ETH right now. That's good. If it sustains and goes, we need days of this week. So we need to get above 3,000 again. That's where you get some love on. Like, see Link's having the same day, because Link is on Ethereum network as well. Link's having a nice day there because you're getting a nice Ethereum pump. Jasmy as well, maybe a little bit. Like certain coins like that will, certain coins when Ethereum does good, they will thrive. And that's like what a lot of the blockchains and certain layers are built off of too, and dominance for the market. So we need like a good week. Like we had last week bullish. Look at last week's candle close. Last week had a nice close. This week bullish already. And I mean, whales have been buying, that's for sure. Maybe there's some good news that came up this morning. Let's check. Let me check real quick. There's one more thing I want to show you guys today. I just went on Twitter and first person, Elon Musk, according to... Oh man, I lost it. Where'd that go? There was a spreadsheet. What was that? He was... This guy. Let's see what's happening today in the news here. Let's see. We don't need... There was a lot of big purchases last week on ETH too, for like the Trump, that whole DeFi Liberty, Trump's, DeFi Liberty thing. It's like the company that buys crypto for him. They've been buying a load of Ethereum. US spot ETFs sold around 6,000 Bitcoin in the past weeks. But we see positive inflows. He's looking nice today. We need that. We need that to go all month. it's definitely more ETH. You can see Bitcoin, ETH exploding. That's good. That could, remember it's crazy. I talked about at the beginning. ETH was just down 15% for the month. Now it's down 5%. Still got some days left in the month. You can see how much price moves in one day. Maybe we get a positive week before the end of the month, or positive 2 weeks before the end of the month. That would be nice. Going into March, there's only been, if you look at February, let's go to ETH. There's only been 2 Februaries that have been negative. Oh, no, that was Bitcoin. Sorry, this will switch back up soon. Oh, I was on Bitcoin. My bad. Still at 15.9, but this will go to like 9% soon. Because it just popped up literally 7% on the day. So soon, if this number will change to like -9%. Because this is going up 7% on the day. World Liberty, we'll go there. Let's go there real quick. Because I'm pretty sure like last week, there was a lot of like, if you don't know what the World Liberty is, maybe go do some research on it as well. It's basically like, these guys, did they mention their buys last week? No, but I'm gonna find it. I know in the last 2 weeks, that wallet was buying a lot of Ethereum, like a lot, and then just not to mention all the other ETFs that were scooping Ethereum the last couple of weeks. Maybe we're just seeing, a lot of the bulls come in. Like when dips happen, moves like this can happen. But if we stay above $2,000, that's good. Like we're above 2,000, good for now. We have the rest of the month to kind of see how price plays out. Hopefully we get a strong finish for the month on this. Nothing crazy. Gold looks like it's pushing up. Honestly, gold looks like it's breaking out. You could probably look for buys this morning or today on gold more. Like, that's the direction it looks like, guys. Like, I know it's a low volume day. Might not go against your plan. Maybe you don't like trading days that have no volume. Usually, like, I don't either. But markets being the market, they can do anything. Looks like more buys, I would say. Well, the last Bitcoin ever in existence, like the last singular Bitcoin in existence, that will take 40 years to mine. So 21 million in existence. So 19.9, like the last one, BTC. So that's going to be in the year like 2136 to 2130 to 2140. Yeah, 2136 to 21 wait. Yeah, 40 years. A lot, like it will take. Wait, maybe I'm doing this wrong. It'll take. Yeah, it'll take 40 years to mine that last Bitcoin. It'll take 40 years. Right now, the network is doing more than that per day. 450, if I'm not mistaken, per day. Right now, I think 450 come out per day. But yeah, it'll take around 40 years. The last Bitcoin, it's expected to take around 40 years to mine the last singular Bitcoin to reach the maximum supply. Yeah, just think about that for a minute. 40 years. It's a faster game now, but it'll get slower over time. When it gets slower, it'll probably go up faster too with supply shocks like that. Because it'll take 40 years for one. The last Bitcoin will take 40 years. Crazy. And that'll be done, the year that'll be done, that last one, like it'll take 40 years, but the year it will complete is 2140. In the year 2140. So that last one starts 40 years prior to 2140. 2100. So in a whole new century of time. 2100s. The 2100s will be when the last Bitcoin takes 40 years to mine. Yeah, so if you didn't know that, there's some school for you today. I think gold will go up. You could look for I think buy entries are more sustainable today, guys. I've been saying that since I got on. So I mean, maybe we stay above 2,900 or where we were kind of at the beginning of the session. I still see again more just potentially pushing up. Maybe we hover above 2,900, 2,895. Yeah, it's pretty insane when you think about it. It's going to take 40 years to get that one last SL. Who knows how scarce it is at that point. How much one's worth. I mean, because I'm a robot, I'll still be alive. But I don't know. That's a long time. I'm joking. Oh man. Who knows? Maybe I'll find a way to. Elon Musk is probably gonna find a way to preserve the lifeline of our battery. Winklevoss twins. What was that exchange? They made an exchange. They had a big exchange that they made, and they found Bitcoin early and understand it. They were really smart, right? They were the guy. They were part of Facebook too, right? Help with Facebook. But if you saw that movie, the Facebook movie, and you know the whole situation with Facebook, so they probably even had money. They bought Bitcoin early, like early. Made a lot of. They started an exchange. I forget the exchange name, but they had a big exchange. I mean, the part you could say they were one of those earlier crypto cowboy types of people that kind of like what Saylor is right now. Michael Saylor right now. He's super mainstream and a big advocate, a big teacher. Like, he's a billionaire. So when you listen to the way he talks, understand that's how billionaires talk. Like, he's not your neighbor. He's not your average Joe, the guy you're working with. Just understand, like, the sentences and the words that are coming out of him are very calculated and very educated, and informative. When you listen to Michael Saylor talk, that guy's a billionaire. He's what the information he's giving us is like coming from a billionaire, right? That's what people don't understand. Billionaires, they calculate things differently. They move different. They think different. So if you listen to the way he talks, to me, the way he talks sounds like music to me, to be honest. Michael Saylor. So the Winklevoss guys, like, I forget the exchange name, man. Maybe I'm gonna look it up. But they were really big advocates, kind of in the during the mainstream cycle, and well, before that, right? Before like crypto went kind of mainstream, when Bitcoin hit $20,000. Oh yeah, Gemini. So they started Gemini. So yeah, Winklevoss twins crypto Gemini. If you don't know what Gemini is, that was the name. Yeah, that's it. But this guy right now, big advocate right now for crypto is Michael Saylor. They created an exchange called Gemini. I mean, there's a lot of people like them that didn't maybe get as big, or they were part of the Mark Zuckerberg Facebook journey, and I think Mark in the end screwed them over. Business, I guess. Business. So when they found Bitcoin, they probably understood it right away. Probably read those types of people like that already at that level, that time in life. They probably read the Bitcoin white paper and were like, "What? Buy 1,000 of these." By the time I read the white paper, it was worth like $1,200. And when it was $1,200, I only had $2,000 to my name, so I had to stretch that. But yeah, I mean, let's see. Let's keep an eye on gold. Analysis for today, guys. Not really any trade entries called out today. Just chilling, kind of marking up the chart, setting some of the tone for the week. Could be a big week with tomorrow's Trump speech, especially if he talks about anything related to the whole hostage situation and wars going on. I think for now, his price kind of remains where it's at right now. It's at 2,900. If we stay above 2888, 2895 zone, I think there could be buys that push up for a bigger move. It looks like from this low it went up, but it looks like it wants to break higher. Like it wants to go for a breakout more now, to me. Price broke up. Had a nice pullback already. So that low, I kind of think of that like an anchor point. As long as the market's pretty much above that low, it could still stay more bullish. So you have to really keep an eye on price. Maybe wait, it's Monday. Got a lot of time left in the week. We could even come back down to this low, retrace it more. I give like a good fib in there and have more of a retracement down. Kind of like what we were saying at the beginning. So I'm going to look for more crypto news today. Gonna stay on top of the market, see what's going on. And pay attention to see if there's any news here with this Trump stuff for tomorrow. USD CAD doing? Would love for Ethereum to just rip for the rest of the month, but let's see what else. Last thing I want to go over here was this, because I forgot to add one more part to this and I didn't show you guys everything that I meant to. Got a little ahead of myself there. So back to this real quick. So we obviously know gold's been just going up like pretty much like a crypto chart, you know, and like crypto goes to the moon. Right now it's been gold pretty much to the moon, going to Mars, the stratosphere, maybe even the Milky Way. Pretty much just ripping all year. Just flip and rip, just fancy ripping all here. I saw the word fancy cups in the chat. Just on like the biggest, just uptrend, mate. Just straight uptrend. Oh yeah, great. Lost the replay mode for a day here. Gotta upgrade my subscription. Didn't realize it ran out. So like when Bitcoin was right here, gold was already going up. So if we look at the gold chart, duplicate the tab, put a different chart. That'll work for now. A lot of people haven't recognized this. It's really clear. So March is right here. Gold right here. When you go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin's right there. That's where Bitcoin is when gold's here. So exactly where like I'm putting, here's gold. Here's gold. There's Bitcoin. All right. Hopefully peace. Expect the best, prepare for the worst is what they usually say in this business. Or hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's what the older guys will say. Yeah, especially in these times. It's a lot of uncertainty. So here's Bitcoin in March 2024. So that's March 2024. And then that's where Bitcoin was, March 2024. You know, March 2025, baby. We, you know, new all-time high. March 2025. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. It's either March 2020. It's either we're pushing up for March, April, or end of the year towards like what it did at the end of this. At the end of 2024, it ran up all end of 2024. September, October, November, December. So March 2024, there's Bitcoin. There's gold, March 2024. You can already see gold was starting to break out here. It's kind of what this shows here. But that's right. This is kind of right now. This is like right now. This is what happened before. Because on this picture, that would be March 2024 is right here on this picture. Oh, yikes. Wow. So I'm getting serious now. Where my mouse is, that's March 2024. Right there. For right. March 2024, March. Gold was already pushing up there. Because you can kind of see the times are different. Here, the chart's kind of different. Like 2024 right here. Whereas this one's a little bit to the right. So 2024 March for gold is right here. Whereas for Bitcoin, it's over here. This is right now. This one that's circled is pretty much like right now, comparing to where gold was before it just started going. And if you look at what happened over here, right? Before we went up to 100K, March 2024, gold was already ripping up. Like gold was already going up, and it kept going up. It didn't stop. Like gold went up March 2024 and continued for months. Bitcoin, what did it do for a while? For months? 4 months? What did it do for? What did it do for months? I learned my grammar. That's some bad grammar. What did it do for months? I sound like a freaking kindergarten year old. Like a toddler. Damn, Skids ain't here. Where's Skids? Skids slept in today. It's bank holiday, so Skid's been here since day one, but bank holiday, you know? Maybe bank holiday Skids was like, nah, you know? So BTC, Bitcoin for months just went up and down, while gold was ripping. Gold was going up in those months. Gold was ahead. Type number 1 in the chat if you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Right? You guys understand? You guys see what I'm talking about? So what analysts are saying with this, and what this whole spiel and this conversation is about right now, is that Bitcoin's kind of like behind gold, but it's going to catch up to it with like how it's moving. Because it did it once already. It did it with all this whole thing. Bitcoin ended up catching up to gold. Let me know if you guys type in the chat if you guys get this. You guys understand? You guys on the same page as me? Does it make sense? Or am I just like talking to myself? I hope I'm not talking to myself. Sometimes. If you want to join the Discord, I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah, Inner Circle, starting in March. You guys can DM me. I'm gonna upgrade it soon, like in a couple months. Like it's gonna be a lifetime. Like what you guys don't realize is gonna be lifetime access for the Inner Circle. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff in 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Like there's gonna be a lot just continuously added to it as we get it going in March. Like for pretty much for life. One-time payment fee, that's it. Just a one-time price. 8 months from now, I can't guarantee it's going to be the same price it is now, because in 8 months from now, there's going to be so much more content, and I'm going to be uploading more content, doing more things, have more features, like been building out a lot of things for it. So just remember that for those of you guys who took action, made the right choice. I'm telling you. For those of you guys that took action, remember that, because it's something that's gonna be lifetime. A lifetime, like I wouldn't say academy, but like just for those of you guys that are in it already, you already see, it's in there. That content's going that type of content is going nowhere else, and there's gonna be a lot more of it. I'm not gonna show it here. I'm not gonna show it. That's it. I'm not gonna show it. Just keep it private. But yeah, I'll probably upload, if not today, tomorrow. If you don't see anything uploaded today, tomorrow. Some more videos for the week. I have a lot of videos, so for those of you guys that are in it, there's a lot of videos coming. So that's why I'm just kind of dropping them week by week, so you guys don't have 100 videos to watch at once, and you're like, holy, how am I gonna go through 40 hours of the videos at one time? You might feel overwhelming that way, so I'm just spreading it out, so you guys have 2-3 videos to watch one week. Oh, that's not too much, like maintainable, right? That's why I said you need to be just able to put 1 to 2 hours a day, so you can keep up with maybe some of the videos content information as well. Because if I put 100 videos up, you guys are gonna be overwhelmed. I'm telling you. I've taught people before. People don't learn good like that either. So in March I'm gonna upload more, but I've been just kind of dripping them week by week. Cause I remember when I took a course, a very effective course I took was like that. You unlocked it month by month. You didn't get all the videos. I remember I had to pay like $300 a month, and month by month everything unlocked. Now that course is free on YouTube, literally. The ICT. I remember taking this course I remember taking Inner Circle Trader, the ICT guy's course in like 2016, 2017. I had to pay monthly every month. And then now it's all free on YouTube. I'm like, damn. But I took action and I got the information before a lot of people, so there was a benefit there. I mean, kind of just learning it and people being what the heck, like not knowing about it. No, you guys won't watch. Trust me. Maybe like 1% of you guys will all watch all the videos at once, but trust me, I've taken courses too, and I've had like 100 videos. And if you have 100 1-hour videos, and you have some 40-minute videos, 20-minute videos, you're not gonna be able to watch them all at once. It's overwhelming. I've taken courses where there's 100 videos, or just, and I'm like, oh man. So trust. Oh yeah, in March, well, I've been uploading a few a week. In March, there'll be more, and then just kind of same flow, just adding more every week. What do I think about ICT? It's like, take what you need, discard the rest. It's not everything. There's like, it's hard to be a perfectionist in trading. Not everyone can. So I mean, to each their own. Like, it's good information, but you don't need it all. You don't need to make money in the market. You don't need to be like that, right? For everyone, it might be harder for some people to learn that way because it's a whole different style. And some traders might think like they need that to be profitable, like that's what they're missing. Maybe pieces of it that you take from it, like you take some good pieces from it. The person himself, he's knowledgeable, disciplined, like, you know, he sounds like a trader. The guys I've learned from sound like him, like dickheads, pretty much. Like they're literally like assholes. One of the guys I learned from, not him, but that guy can, whew. But one of the guys I learned from was just, man, like, if you didn't like his attitude, you wouldn't have been able to learn from him. And most people didn't like his attitude because he was a mean guy, right? So a lot of traders are like that. A lot of profitable traders are like that. Profitable traders tend to be like that, or very skilled traders. But usually traders who talk like that are people who just kind of like despise a big group of people, like despise a way that people are doing something. It's basically like people who are against people who go to 9-to-5s, like people who don't have 9-to-5 jobs that look at people who have a 9-to-5 like, oh my gosh, they're stuck in the system, they're not thinking right, that's who he is for trading. Right? That's who that guy is for trading. Nothing's wrong with a 9-to-5, right? It brings you income. That's kind of who he is for trading. That's what I think. Looks like we're gonna rip up on gold. That's all I'm gonna say. It look like we're gonna go up, I think. He's one of those guys, right? He's I've met traders exactly like him. Older guys. They're usually kind of narcissist behavior. Like, to be honest, like I met a few guys like him that are just, ooh. The only way you can really talk to people like that is you gotta be hard on them too. Like, you gotta be like, you gotta match their energy. Cause that, like, when you, then they'll be like, damn, no one's ever talked to me like this. Those types of people. I think we might go up, guys. That's all. Like, I know you guys are always wondering. I think I've been saying since the beginning of the stream, it looks bullish. Pretty much for the day, I think we're going to wrap it up soon. ETH's dropping now. Here we go. We're looking good, and then we go down. So, yeah, when you look at Bitcoin now, touch up on this one last time. It's really similar. Look at the daily. So it has that same starting of like where gold, like if you look at the gold, maybe it's in that phase, which is a long phase. It's long because that's a weekly chart versus a daily chart that I'm on Bitcoin right now. That's a weekly. It was a long phase, and so is this. If you look at Bitcoin down here, it's kind of done like one here, similar to what gold did here. So that when you look at it, if gold keeps going up, if stocks keep going up, like stocks hit all-time highs. If stocks keep going up and gold keeps going up, and you don't see Bitcoin going up, it's still a good indicator that the markets are strong, right? And a lot of times you'll like, well, we've seen this already in the last year. Every time the stocks start going up, Bitcoin, it doesn't necessarily go up with them, or same with gold. Like gold will be ahead, stocks will even be ahead. A lot of stocks just reached all-time highs last week and recently. Whereas when you like look at the price of Bitcoin, it's been just kind of like between here, right? It's more sideways. And yeah, when it went up, it had this big run. We had this big run up. That's in, so if we look at like a year ago, February was here. So there's February a year ago. And then we can look at now we're in February right now. We just started February a year ago. So if we look at price, zoom out a bit. We go to like this time of the year. Those three lines are the Februaries. After this, February, March, April tends to be bullish season. Like if you look at a year ago, exactly a year ago, last February, so February 2024, that's the red line on the left, right there. That was February last year, pretty much like 365 days ago, or, you know, a bit over, February 1st right there. You could see by March where Bitcoin was. Price before that wasn't doing too much. Like if you look at the price before February, it was kind of up and down, more down. February, March it went up, so that's what we've been anticipating, that maybe that pattern plays out again with seasonality. But this is pretty much looking like what started down here, even similar to that rectangular shape where price is kind of like playing ping pong between the top, between the bottom. You kind of got like a bounce going on. It's bouncing up, it's bouncing down and around. Pretty much like a roller coaster, literally up and down between top, bottom, like up and down. So obviously it would be beautiful if February, March kind of does what it did last year. You see last year here. Last year it went up and then it stayed flat for months. Like months it was in the rectangle. It was in the rectangle for months. And then it ripped back up again. And again, now we're back in that rectangle for the last couple of months. We're kind of starting to form more of a rectangle the last couple of months. So it'd be interesting to see if this breaks out of the rectangle more bullish. And keep really a good eye on it. Because it looks sort of like this. This looks interesting. Looks like it has done it. Gold's always kind of been ahead of it all year, last 2 years, I'd say, when there's like a trend, but it usually pretty much always picks up to gold. It catches up to it in terms of correlation. So that's interesting when you look at that. Something maybe to take note of long term. Like, obviously gold's been around forever. I just explained how the last Bitcoin will take 40 years to mine, but that's in 2100s. Man, like the last Bitcoin, we won't even be, that's like, so maybe we talk about Bitcoin as a currency. Well, what if it's not our currency to use? That's what people haven't thought about either. A lot of people think as Bitcoin as a currency, a digital currency, right? A digital currency, right? But it can be that. Like, you can use it. You can go to stores and buy stuff with. Like, you can use it as a digital currency. Not everyone's gonna do that. Maybe someone who's smart like me. But maybe a digital nomad. A digital nomad, someone like that is gonna be, a digital nomad type of person. Someone who travels the world, doesn't have liabilities to their name. Someone who can just live anywhere. Cheap, live in a third world country or somewhere nice, cheaper in Europe. Like a digital nomad is what we call it. Interesting. Yeah, so people label it as like a currency. Maybe some people will use it as a currency, maybe not the masses. So it's not a currency. It can be used, like it is. It has that characteristic to it, but it's more of a store of value, right? Maybe it's not our currency to use like that. Maybe it's because, think about it, the last Bitcoin, crazy how long it takes. Won't even be alive for that unless Elon figures some stuff out to, like, preserve us, preserve our life. That guy's working on that. All I know is that guy's working on some stuff. He's making like robots, going to Mars. Maybe he's trying to go to Mars because maybe like if you live on Mars, every hour in Mars is like longer on Earth or something. I don't know. Interstellar type of stuff. But pretty much for the day, guys. We might wrap it up here. Let me know if there's any questions. Sweden opened their first restaurant. Yeah, see, there's restaurants that do that. There's places that do that. Yep, Sweden, nice. There's places, even small places will do that because there's literally people that small places will do that because they appreciate the adoption for it and want to be a part of that adoption. Go to Costa Rica, go to El Salvador, places like that, even little places over the world where there's some places where it's normal to go to a coffee shop in the world and you can pay with crypto. It is normal, but not so like. I'll watch iRobot tonight. I've watched that movie once, iRobot, but I was like I was a wee little lad. I was a young youth. I was a young lad. So I was probably just watching, and Will Smith, Will Smith's in it. So he was a cool action. So I was probably just watching for the action scenes, like the fighting. So I gotta go watch iRobot again. Gold will probably rip up. Look for buys, if anything. Keep an eye on it. I think it'll push up today, maybe into tonight. If not, we still have tomorrow. There's a lot of a week ahead. I think it'll go up. Like I've been saying, like I got on, I said I think it'll go up today. You could look for buy entries, manage your risk accordingly. Look for your, like, if you see any setups you like, any entries you like, look for a good entry. You know, like I said, 2900. Like I said, like 30 minutes ago, like 2900 might hold. Maybe it stays above 2900 or does a decent pullback. Like you'd have to look for an entry that you like. That's good. Like it's not at the best entry, but that doesn't mean price can't go up from here. It's not really doing much right now. We broke up above 2900. Not really a lot to me happening right now at price. Kind of just consolidating. Yeah, literally just consolidating. Kind of just sideways right now. I think it's trying to push up, but I don't see really a clear setup. I would have loved for when we got on if it went down a bit more into the zone. 2900, 2995, 2905. Yeah, it looks like it's just kind of hovering on that 2900, but that's a very minor, it's kind of a minor level right now. It's not a big support there. So looking for an entry, like looking for a setup. That's why I've been just kind of spending time on the chart, because I'm just trying to watch and see if there's something to spot, but there's not a lot right now. There's not a lot with it right now. I think it'll go up, but trying to see if there's a good entry, something to spot. If anything, literally just the same thing we said at the beginning of the session, to be honest. Like, if anything, it's the same thing we said when we got on, just kind of sitting on our hands waiting for that. I know when we got on, I was saying maybe come down to there. So it could just be still the same original idea. It looks like between 28.95, 2900, you have a little bit of support, like a minor support. Captain America: Brave New World. I gotta watch iRobot. Captain America, I'm writing that down. Yeah, when I'm not on the computer, I'm usually watching like a movie. I just binge watched 7, so Fast and Furious 1 to 7. It's just like, if I'm gonna watch something, I'm gonna get it over with in one day, and that's it. Or what's that show? Ozark. What's another show? Yeah, I just watched a show. The Penguin's sick. The Penguin, that was it. The Penguin. You gotta watch The Penguin. The Penguin is sick. I just binge watched number 1 and number 2. Fast and Furious, number 1 and number 2. They're all dope, like crazy movies, but number 1 and number 2 hit differently. I was a kid, I was young. I remember watching number 1 and number 2. Number 1 and number 2 just hit different. The storyline's different. It just seems more realistic. Like, it's just the storyline hits different. Seems more realistic to it. Just binge watch that the hell out of Fast and Furious. Just waiting on gold, I think. Maybe to come down, like we said at the beginning of the session. We could have caught that buy up if we just pulled the trigger beginning, but I wanted to see it drop more at the beginning. 28.95, 28.90 area, I would say. You gotta keep an eye on it today. It's a slow day, so it's not doing a lot, but I'm still more bullish on gold for now. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. What you talking about, cuz? What up, cuz? It's funny when he says, there's a few times he says that. Probably binge watch. I don't know. It was on Netflix and it said leaving soon. And I was like, yo, I gotta do this. Not yet. I have like some small entries back here, but I'm gonna wait and see if it comes down more. I'm not in yet. I am, but it's from a trade that I caught yesterday, like over here. But it's super small entries. I closed everything. No, not yet. I'm gonna wait for price to come down. I'm gonna chill. It is consolidating up here though. But yeah, it is just chilling. Like it went up, it went down, it went up. Now it's just flat here. So you can watch this area, see if like it's 28.95, 28.90 area. I think that would be a good area to monitor. Like if price comes to 28.90, watch price at 28.90. See if it gives you like rejection candles. See if there's some reaction there when it gets there. But if it comes down and it doesn't really give you like a quick reaction or any rejection candles, it just goes straight through. Wait for lower price, like wait for that dip. Tokyo could too, yeah. Like these lows, like especially if we consolidate, you got a good point there with Tokyo. If we consolidate and stay above here, then yeah, Tokyo would probably sweep those lows. I see what you're saying, yeah. Then create the move. That would make sense. That would make more sense. If we stayed above here, kind of just consolidated, chilled out, Tokyo comes in, sweeps the lows. Yeah, I see those lows there you're talking about. If you're talking about these lows, maybe you're talking about these lows, but there could be two sweeps. Yeah, there could be a sweep. Yeah, I could see that. I'll come on tonight as well. We'll go on tonight to see where the market's on. Probably 7, 8 p.m., like a little earlier than... It would probably be a good time to jump on the charts in Tokyo tonight since the volume... U.S. bank holiday volume. So like in the afternoon it's going to be slow. But then like when Tokyo opens up, probably things will pick up. So I think I'll come back on tonight. 2087 equal low. May 7. Yeah. You promise. Yeah. We did accumulate. Yeah, we did accumulate here. Boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, I see. We went up. So I think structure. We have lows here. We have like I think structure is pointing more upside. It looks like we want to go up more. I'll wait. I might put this chart in the chat. You'll see us kind of want to watch this and see before I send a official markup. But that zone looks pretty good if it holds. Yeah, I promise. I just gotta get some sleep. Been up for 8 hours. I've been up. When did I sleep yet? I don't even know when I sleep sometimes. I've been up. What time is it? 10:50, man. I've been up since last night. I've been up since 12 hours ago. Crazy. I'm not even tired, but I could take a nap. I could take a little Yeah, I'm gonna get back to my DMs. I use this weekend to recharge. We got a crypto call this weekend so first calls this weekend for those of you guys in Inner Circle. It's gonna be a good one. Yeah, if Tokyo, like if the market today if it just chills, then it'll go for probably those low sweeps or stay in this range and hold more upside. I'll come back on tonight. I'd say probably around 8 p.m. Eastern time, like between 8 and 8:30. So 8. That's pretty much right, like when Tokyo session starts, like Sydney, Tokyo, going into those hours. I'll come back tonight. I think market might be good to look at tonight as well. Yeah, we are holding above here. We did get a good like reversal down here. $27.95. Yeah, those zones are holding. Yeah, like if you look at price right now, it's slow, low volume. It's not ripping up or going down aggressively, but it is still trading above here. So there could be some demand for it to stay above this area. If not, sweep all that out and then potentially look for the buy. We'll be back on tonight. A little bit like when Tokyo session starts. That'll pretty much be it. I'm going to get back to everyone on Discord. Message me on Discord. Get back to me if you're confirmed. A lot of you guys are already in the group, but if you're not in the group yet and I didn't add your email this weekend or last week, just message me real quick on Discord so I see your message pop up. I have a lot of DMs. Yeah, that's all I really see. Like gold's hovering above some demand right now. It's not a lot to look at today because of bank holiday. Not getting a lot of volatility, but we're above like demand. When I say demand, I mean like this green zone. We're holding above like where some of the buyers stepped in like here and some of this support. So it's staying above here. Could like my eyes could see price potentially holding this, and if not, like what some of you guys are saying in the chat, like a liquidity sweep, go under something deeper. That's pretty much all I see. We're gonna wrap it up for the day though, guys. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this session. Hope you guys got value, something you can take away from it. Remember, we'll be back on tonight. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. We're pretty much here every single day. We're gonna be here all week. We're gonna be here every day this week. First week of March, we probably won't be here every day, but be busy that week. But we're gonna be here every week streaming, but every day this week. So tap in this week. We'll be live every day. We'll do a second session tonight, and then tomorrow morning we'll be back on it. Tomorrow we have 2 sessions as well. I said I promise. When I make promises, this one's a time. Oh, this one's at 8:30. All right. I might show up at 9 or 10, but I still kept my promise. No, I'm kidding. That's the. I make promises, but I do them 2 months later. No, a month later. So a month later, guys, we're on now. I'll make a promise and then I'll do it a month later. Well, yeah. I'm quite the character. I got it. Tonight we'll be on. We'll be good. Look at me. Getting sleepy over here already. We've been on for like 3 hours now. Wait, how long have we been on? Damn. Yeah, we've been on for 3 hours. Keep an eye on gold. Nothing's really happening today. Gotta preserve the rest of the week. We got Trump speaking tomorrow. And we got FOMC meeting minutes, unemployment claims. So it's a good red folder week. And don't let red folders scare you. If you saw last week, the red folders give entries at a lot of times. Like they set you up for good entries, and a lot like the red folders. It might be scary, but they can set you up. Poor 2 zillion. I never heard that. Oh yeah, I mean it's probably that burns of Bernstein news that gave us a little pump. Bitcoin is king. There was the Libra. Oh my god, you got an official Trump coin, and then you got the Libra. Oh man, the best one's Bitcoin. El Salvador's president. El Salvador's the only one who's lit. You got like, oh man, Trump would make a meme coin, and then you got. That's so funny. Yeah, El Salvador knows what, that guy knows what he's doing. You're not gonna see El Salvador president make a meme coin. Hopefully, don't. hopefully he doesn't. After I just said that, but he's buying the real coin. But yeah, peace out, guys. We'll be back on tonight. Smash that like button on the video, fam. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. And then I promise I'll be back on tonight. All right. Bloomberg saying. Smash the like button, fam. Smash that thing. We got like 200 people on here. We got 61 likes. Smash the like button. We'll be back on tonight. Smash that like button. Hope you guys got value today. We'll be back on tonight. Gold not doing much today. Not giving us an entry. It's literally probably just good for like little scalp. Where'd that hit? 20. Yeah. Not. Gonna wait it out. We'll see where we're at tonight. Updates tonight. I'll be back on tonight. Same time that I started. Just 12-hour difference. All right. 8:30. You know how I usually start in the morning, 7:30, 8. Just PM this time. Just PM this time. 8:30. Pretty much like the same time we started this morning, but PM. All right. $15 I'm looking more like a pullback, maybe setting up. Like if you get a like 15-minute rejection here, there might be a quick scalp, like to see if it if this. I like the way the 15 minutes pulling back right now. So if you get like a good rejection candle, this one or the next one, that's a decent rejection candle there. The 15-minute might hold here for like some bullish scalping, potentially this zone. Like a small trade maybe. And when I say small, I mean like small stop loss. Like if it doesn't hold this zone for long, then maybe there's an entry around here. It's not where we want it, but the 15's pulling back to where it might be setting up for a pullback. My instincts can kind of see it right there. All right, folks, that's it for the day. See you guys on the other side. Good luck. Yeah, we got red folders too, but we got bank holiday and a good amount of red folders this week. So like you could chill. You could even just chill today and wait for, we have tomorrow, Trump, but after tomorrow it's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Good news. We like news as traders. It gives us good entries at times. Yeah, like here you might get a reaction. You could watch this area, like from the looks of it, the 15 has now gone down for like 15, 30, 45 an hour. So if it might get some rejection here from what I see. Peace out. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back later.